talk about the defense. Let me get a read in from BetterHelp.
I mean specifically about turnovers.
And we'll dive into all the defensive, the goods and bads, because they have yet to force a turnover, as Jay pointed out. After a reminder that today's show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Browns fans could use some therapy right now, and maybe your barber or your barista isn't the right person to go to for some real support. That's why BetterHelp is here with over 30,000 licensed therapists, more than 10 years of experience. BetterHelp helps you get the right match, someone clinically trained and credentialed to guide you through life's challenges. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Find the one with BetterHelp. Right now, our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/LockedOn. That is BetterHelp, HELP.com/LockedOn. Bull, I'm starting with you on this one because when you and I spoke yesterday on the phone, we both agreed the Browns' defense, for the most part, despite giving up 41 points, played a pretty good game. I know it's hard to say they played well when they gave up 41, but I felt like, and from our conversation, I think you feel like they did a good job in certain aspects.
The defense was good.
Until it broke, and then the floodgates opened up.
Listen, the defense was good. It wasn't great. At times, they played great. I believe 5 of the 7 Ravens scoring drives were 30 yards or less, which means most of the time they scored, they were unable to move. They either didn't have to or were unable to move the ball very far down the field.
That's not the defense's fault.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's giving them credit.
Yeah, but you said they didn't play. I thought they played great. They held them to 240 yards.
I said they played good, not great.
Right.
Well,
I'm just disagreeing. I thought they played great.
Ultimately, I can't go as far as great when the other team scores 41 points, even though, a good chunk of that was the offense to blame. The offense takes a good deal of the blame for when the defense kind of falls apart at the end because the offense is not doing their part. Now, the great defenses will be great the whole game, even if the offense stinks. We've seen that in the past with the really great defenses. I don't know how, we got crazy about the Browns defense 2 years ago where, Mike's putting up all these stats, comparing them to all-time teams. They weren't an all-time defense. They were a very good defense. I think they're a very good defense again now. But I just don't think, and maybe they will end up being the best defense in the league this year. I don't know. I don't think we have those super elite defenses like we used to.
Bull, I think it's really hard for a defense on a bad team to be the number 1 rated defense because you kind of alluded to it there. You get beat down.
Yeah.
At some point, maybe that's why Myles Garrett's sack total goes like this as the calendar gets old. Because you just look around and say, I'm swimming upstream and I'm going backward.
This is exact. Yesterday played out exactly what we've talked about. This is a good defense that when you put any defense in sudden change, bad positions.
Time after time after time.
This is what you're going to get. Yeah. They gave up a 24-yard touchdown drive off a block punt. They gave up a fumble return for a touchdown. They got nothing to do with that. And the interception led to a 5-yard drive for a touchdown. That's 21 points that is not on the defense. Right. Take that off the board. Look at the total yards that they gave up, and they held the Ravens to 20 points. Mm-hmm. So, it was a good effort. It was a very good effort by them. I don't blame the defense at all for you.
I don't either.
It's not very often you look at a game where the team gives up 41 points and you say, wow, the defense played really well yesterday. I thought the defense, there's problems in the secondary. Cam Mitchell got cooked twice. Who was it?
Miles Harden.
Thank you.
I thought Newsome played well again.
He did.
I did too.
That play that Hopkins caught, that was good coverage.
It was great coverage.
That's just a great receiver making a play.
Listen, an MVP made an MVP play. And a great receiver made a great
play. The Browns up front. It's probably the best they've been, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
And we all love Schlesinger. We all love Denzel. Newsome's playing well. The rest of the linebackers in secondary are not particularly good.
Here's what I'm scared of.
Bush had a nice play yesterday.
He played
2 nice plays.
Yeah, I'm scared of this. I used to play, when we used to play for OU. At the time, we used to run a triple option, and I remember playing these high-powered teams, and on 3rd and 7, they're running a fullback dive.
Yeah, it was.
And what it does, it
defeats you.
It makes you disgruntled. It makes you really look at your head coach as if he's one of the ops. You are helping the other team. And every time he gets up and he says something, you're rolling your eyes, you're muttering under your breath. Because at a point, you're just like, listen, you know what? I got to go to class. I got to do all this. We getting smoked. We stopping the run. We playing teams that is better than us, and we doing our part. There's one year we was top 25 and stopping the run. I'm doing my part. And you coming up here talking about, guys, we got to give more. No, you need to do your job. You and that offensive coordinator from Army. Listen, I only respect the people that's going to the wars, bro. The Army, not the football Army. I'm talking, you running option and dive. And Myles Garrett, you saw it. Myles Garrett on the sideline, sucking air. They look at him, you good, Myles? He like, man, he pulled him up on the sideline. He tell them, guys, we got to keep fighting. And like you said, when you giving up fumble recoveries and block punts, you start to look at the people around to support people like, listen, you out here actively working against me. You better figure that out. Because because at some point in time what's going to happen, I just keep saying, I don't want to say it, but if Myles Garrett gets hurt or one of these other guys that you counting on a lot get hurt, you one injury from Cam Mitchell being a starting corner.
Well, there's a lot of teams. There's a lot of teams at that position. There's only so many stars going around.
Yes, but not like Myles. Myles Garrett makes it to a point
without Myles Garrett, the Browns are going 0-17. If he got hurt today, they'd be 0-17.
I would
or 1-16.
Or 1-something.
Yeah, because the defense, which is playing great right now, would lose its leader, and you might be right.
And now we can just victimize who we want. We can run the whole playbook. So right now when you play the Browns, the whole playbook is not open. One side of the field is pretty much locked down, so you say we're going to go over here. And Greg Newsome is still playing well. If you're playing Myles Garrett up front, the protection goes one way, we double team in one way, and the tight end got to stay in. Now, I'm like, oh, tight end, you go out, do your thing. I mean, we about to run our whole playbook open. They get creative on you, right? But now, you can't really do that. So I just don't want to get it to a point where Myles and people in the defense start doing this. Hey, I'm going to be here longer than you going to be here. You didn't see my last contract? Yeah. Like, I'm here longer than you going. Like, you don't want people to check out on you like that because when that happens, it can get real nasty quick. So hopefully the offense can keep putting up some points or doing something so that the defense can stay engaged because 0-6, no defender, they starting to think about making business decisions. I ain't going to be out here getting hurt this year. I'm going to wait this out.
You're not wrong.
We saw it last year. I mean, they started out playing at a higher level defensively, and as we went on and on and on and on, it's hard to get up week in and week out.
They weren't playing defense like this at any point last year.
Yeah, I think
I'm not saying this high, but I just mean the decline as the season went on.
Yeah, it got worse. Yeah, guys get hurt.
And you get cold outside. You're a cornerback trying to tackle a running back. You're like, man, do I really want to put my shoulder into this right now? It's November 16th.
And we're 0-14.
Nah, it's hard doing that, man. And teams still got something to play for. That's the problem. If we kind of circle back and we talk about playing the rookies, at least if veterans are playing, you guarantee a certain level of professionalism, right? You guarantee a certain level of, we're going to go through the week. We've been here before. I'm a professional. This is my job. When you get rookies in, and if the rookies start performing poorly, it's a double-edged sword. Mm-hmm. If they play great, they could give you the most massive shot in the arm because you're using that youthfulness to have some excitement about you. But if they playing bad and you don't look like you can move the ball at all, they start looking at the coach again. Hey, man, did you condone this? Like they did when Deshaun Watson was playing bad last year, and people remember how mad people got. And they kept saying, hey, he gives us the best chance to win. You was like, that is unequivocally false.
False. Guess what? Ain't none of them give a chance to win.
Jason, you were in the locker room after the game yesterday. Did you get the sense that some of the defensive guys were feeling hopeless, for lack of a better word?
I think we're too early for hopeless. Frustrated for sure, yeah. Yeah, guys are frustrated. They should be. You should, especially on the defensive side of the ball. You should be. Everybody in that locker room should be frustrated. And, I think they are. I don't know. Like I don't know where the hope is. I don't know where it's going to get better. Again, like we said all summer, this is not a good football team. Vegas told you this is not a good football team. It's easy to talk about that in May, June, and July about it's when you're in the fire though and you're feeling it, that's when the emotion comes out. But I'm just trying to like remove the emotion and remind you, you knew going in it was going to be bad. At least you should have. If you're being realistic, you knew that this was not going to be a good season. Well, now you're seeing it play out, and it just hurts because now you're in the moment.